Episode 4 of our Anthony Davis 4-part series will conclude with his mid-post and his face-up game. He is elite in the mid-post because of his ability to shoot. If you don't have the ability to shoot, then your defender can play a step or two off of you. Right here, his defender could be a couple steps off and then beat you to the spot. But if you have the ability to shoot, then your primary defender has to be all the way up on you. Now, when you're playing in the mid-post, you want to use the 90-10 rule. 90% of the time, you want to play on your dominant pivot foot. So for Anthony Davis, that's his left pivot foot. And then 10% of the time, you play on your opposite pivot foot. This allows you to be really good off one pivot foot. Once you catch the ball in the mid-post, you either want to reverse pivot or you want to forward pivot, which basically means you hip turn. And then you keep the ball on your hips or through your shoulders to protect the ball against your primary defender. The first move Anthony Davis uses is a reach jab jumper. So he's going to move the ball with his jab foot, and he's selling the sweep through. Boom. You see how quick that movement is with the ball. Watch it again. He gets the ball right to his left side, his pivot foot side, and then watch the ball move with his jab foot right here. Quick, the defender drops his hand and drops his foot, which allows him to go right into his shot. Watch right here. The ball moves with his jab foot, jab jumper. Based off his ability to hit that jab jumper, that can now set up his sweep through low. You want to sweep through low if your defender's hand is high. If their hand is low, then you sweep through high. And you attack that top foot. So the ball goes through his knees, he bumps his primary defender, and then finishes. This is a great example right here against LaMarcus Aldridge. Watch his feet, his top foot right there. You're going to attack that foot. His hand is high, so you're sweeping through low. He gets right to his spot for a stride, step, touch, finish. Finishes through the contact with a midline running hook. He also has the jab cross step. So he's going to jab. The ball's going to move to his opposite knee to sell that sweep through. His defender's going to shift. He's going to cross step with his jab foot past the defender's foot here and then get right to his spot for a little bump fade. Now, it's also very important to get the ball down before your pivot foot lifts. So watch how the ball goes down. His pivot foot is still there, so it is not a travel. Ball down before his pivot foot lifts, lefty running hook. Shifts his defender and then can beat that foot and get right to his spot. He also has the jab cross step into a step back. You use this when you jab here. Now he's going to start to cross step, and you can see his primary defender right here drops down to beat him to that next spot. So he's going to step back right to a spot with a wide base, high arc, knocks down the jumper. Shifts his defender. His defender tries to drop to beat him to that next spot. He steps right back to space, away from the defender's chest. He also has the load step. Load step is great to use to improve your driving angle against your primary defender. It gets you downhill quicker than a cross step just because you're in a sprinter stance right now. You can see he's in that sprinter stance. He can quickly drive downhill, improve his angle, and get right to the rim. You can see how quickly it allows you to push off and load off your jab foot right here. You can attack that foot of your primary defender and get downhill quickly. You can see he's jabbing. His defender basically jams his hip. You can see right here, he steps into his defender. His defender's jamming his hip. He load steps back and gets right to a spot for a little touch runner. He has a lot of great moves to use off his low post game, attacking middle, attacking baseline, his half spin, and then the last episode featured his mid post and his face up game. He is elite in the low post and the mid post.